Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Samantha Miramontes, and if you want to join the family, don't forget to subscribe and click a like, please. I was trying to play my part. So today, I basically just want to talk to you guys about my experience as a fashion major. So I'm about to graduate the University of the Incarnate Word. I personally really like this school because I never attended another fashion school, but I like this school because no matter if you're a fashion merchandising or if you're a fashion designer or if you're product development like me, they teach you a little bit of everything. So everyone has to take apparel 1, construction 1, and you don't have to be good at it, you just have to pass the basics, you know. But I like that they teach you that. I like that everyone takes textiles, which is learning how the textiles work, basically how like fabric works, what it's made out of. And that class was actually really hard, but it's really cool to know all of that for actually designing. You need to know, if it's a knit, if it's a woven, you need to know all of these things, but they'll teach you. And I think that's a very cool thing that my university does. So if you're a product development, you need to take business classes, and I think that's very cool, and I would strongly recommend being a product development student because I was personally going to major in fashion design and minor in business, so like 2 more years of school, but this is basically both of those in one. So you get to graduate a lot earlier and you get to waste a lot less money. So I think that is very good, which I would strongly recommend because you still get best of both worlds. I was a fashion major for 2 years before I switched my major, and I'm basically going to tell you everything that I went through, my experience, and what you really need to know. If I keep on looking down, is because I made some notes. So first things first, it's not really what you expect. So I wanted to be, and I feel like most people that want to be fashion majors wanted to be fashion majors ever since they were like babies and like little girls or little boys. So I was like that. I wanted to be a fashion major since I was like born, basically. But I feel like when you are about to enter school as a fashion major, you expect a lot of sketching and you expect a lot of creativity and a lot of creating things, which is very true. We do sketch a lot and we do create a lot of garments, and it's a lot of creativity for sure. However, it's very different than what you expect. So the first year, it's kind of like molding your style and really like kind of picking up skills that you've never really seen, like pattern making, which is how you make the pattern for the garments. And it's not really that fun. Unless you love pattern making, you love fractions and math, then pattern making might be for you, right? So these are some of like the hand patterns that we make. So these are like the shorts. I made some Spanx. So these are the shorts, and this is like the torso and the waistband and everything, and I just thought it was pretty cool. If you like math, you like pattern making, but basically a lot of that comes to creating a garment. It's not what you think of just you imagining it and like drawing it and then it comes to life. It's a lot more. So there's obviously like a customer that they teach you to kind of like aim towards, like, okay, what type of company you're trying to work for, what type of like style are you trying to do, which does come with your design. But I feel like a lot of times we go in thinking I'm gonna create couture, and which you can, but we go in thinking that we're gonna create every single garment that we love. And for sewing classes, you choose a fabric and you have a lot of like patterns that you need to do. Like, you don't really choose. It's like you need to do a jacket, you need to do jean pants, you need to do a skirt, I needed to do a tote bag, and you just like have to do it. There's like certain little styles you can choose, but practically is what you get is what you do. I think that's something to really get into your mind and prepare that at the end of the day, yes, you're gonna have a certain style. Like, I would say my style is very like H&M and Sarah type of style. So I like kind of design towards those companies, but it's not really truly 100% my personal style. It's always influenced by customers. So that's very important to think before you become a fashion major. But honestly, anything is possible. Just keep that in mind through like the courses. But after you graduate, you can do whatever you want, and you can like style whatever you want as long as it sells. No one's gonna tell you otherwise. So like I mentioned, I sewed a jacket, a jean pants, I sewed a ball gown, not like the outside of it, but like I'll try to find pictures, but I sewed a mini dress that wasn't supposed to be mini but came out mini. I sewed PJs, I sewed a tote bag, we sewed a lot of things throughout the years. A little tip, I didn't know how to sew before I came into the school. I was actually very scared, but my school, UIW, had apparel construction 1, I believe it's called. And they basically teach you how to sew. They give you like little patterns and you have to like go in a circle with the machine. They teach you like one of the quizzes was you have to take the machine apart and put it back together, which you also learn to use a lot of machines, and they actually teach you how to take them apart and put them back together, which is not that fun, but like once you get the hang of it, you feel super cool because you feel like Edna mode, you know, like freaking putting everything in. But yeah, they teach you a lot of the machines, and you do sew a lot. They teach you how to sew, so if you don't know how to sew, don't like get scared. You will learn for sure, but you do have to put in a lot of effort, which is another thing I want to talk about. It does take a lot of effort, a lot of time management to be a fashion major, because you have so many things you need to sew, and not only that, you still have courses that you need to take with the university, like you just have to take them. So it's a lot of time management. I was personally also in the dance team, captain of the dance team. Let me tell you, you are gonna be a lot in the sewing room with a lot of friends, make friends for sure, but you're gonna be in there late nights, you're gonna be sewing, you're gonna be so done, but at the end of the day, the project that you come out with, it's always so worth it. So don't give up, but it is a lot of work, and if you're like me and you're crazy and you like to work and be in the dance team and be a full student, then just time management is key. I made a video on time management, so if you want to see it, I'll link it down below. Definitely time management is key for college period, but as a fashion major, you need to step it up, girl. Okay, another thing is, I feel like going as a fashion major, you see like everyone dressing as like Blair Waldorf, and we do. Like sometimes, like today, you know, I brought my Blair Waldorf out for this video, but a lot of the times you're also working so much that we literally look homeless. Like there's a lot of the times, like I feel like the first few weeks is when everyone's like popping off and wearing, like some people wear heels, some people look cute in like their Converse or whatever, but everyone does try to dress really nice, and there's always like a diva, you know, and there's always a Blair Waldorf, and there's always someone that just looks really good in sweats all the time. But by finals week, let me tell you, we all look literally homeless. If you saw me and you were like, you're a fashion major, you know, because that's just reality. You're gonna end up in sweats with a cap on with no makeup because you've been up all night sewing what is due the next day, but that's okay. You know, you can still dress to impress in your interviews or in life after you're a fashion major, but we are definitely, you know, a little lazy sometimes. Something else that you really don't think about when going into a fashion degree is that you will take a lot of computer classes. So I had computer, I don't remember the first class I took, but it was basically like an intro to Adobe and to, what was it? Adobe? I don't remember exactly the first intro, but I basically used Adobe Illustration, I used InDesign, and I used Photoshop. Photoshop was the other one. So yeah, that is something that I never thought I would do, but obviously a lot of designs nowadays are not, well, you hand sew everything unless you have machines, but the patterns that you make, you learn how to make them by hand because it's like a lot better to actually cut and like paste and all of that stuff. But what companies actually use is computer software. So you learn a lot of computer software, and that is something I never thought I would do, and I actually genuinely like. And actually Adobe Illustration and InDesign and all of that computer stuff, I genuinely love. So that is something that I found really interesting that I never thought going, you know, I feel like you only think like I'm gonna get a pencil and sketch and cut and sew, which you do. But there is so much more technology nowadays, so you have to think about that. Going as a fashion major, you're definitely going to do a lot of things online and a lot of technology things. Like we do pattern making software, which is basically doing patterns and making clothes on a computer. And it's, you know, a little bit tedious. If you don't like computers, it's probably going to be really hard, but if you catch up really fast, I feel like everyone nowadays uses computers and phones a lot, so you'll probably be fine. I personally love doing it on a computer because you can just, you know, like copy paste your life away. But I also really like patterning in with your hands because sometimes it's a lot easier. You can just cut it and paste it and trim it, and in a computer sometimes you have to go back like 20 steps and redo the whole thing, and it's a little bit frustrating. Or if you don't save it in your USB drive, then you have to redo it, right? But yeah, that is just a cool tip, I guess, that I wish I knew, because I mean, it wouldn't have changed the fact of me actually going as a fashion major, but I think it's pretty cool to know that you're going to be using a lot of computer stuff, and from there, you never know, you might switch your major to like something in computer. Like switching your major is not bad. Also, random tip, but I switched my major. Most of my classmates switched their majors. Mostly everyone I know has switched their majors. And I'm still in the fashion industry. I can still be a fashion designer. I can still be a fashion merchandiser. I can be a pattern making, software. I could do marketing. I can do a lot of more things because I switched my major, and because I think the fact that I started as a fashion design, I really got soaked in that and then switched to business, which is what I truly wanted. Also, like I mentioned, if you're a fashion design major, you're going to be mostly with clothing, and you're going to get kind of a little bit of merchandising and a little bit like a background of business and how it works. But if you're a product development like me, then you're really going to get business classes, not like super hard business classes, but kind of like the intro to business, like accounting 2, marketing. I'm taking internet marketing as a elective because I just really liked marketing. I will say I never thought I would want to be in an actual desk doing things on my computer, but as you come to find out, that is actually what I kind of want to do now. I don't really want to be sewing. I found out I hate sewing. I found out I like doing pattern making and I like sewing when I see the results, but actually doing it, I'm just not that type of person. I don't have that patience. And honestly, it's pretty cool to find out that you can do everything online, because now I would love to work in an office. I would love to be a CEO. Like, I would love to be a manager. Like, what I never thought I would love, I actually found out I love it. I love sitting in an office and doing paperwork and freaking putting schedules together. Like, who would have thought, right? But I genuinely like it. And I think that is something really cool that you get to find out as you progress with your degree. But yeah, if you're interested in fashion, just go for it. Just enter as fashion design or fashion merchandising, whatever you want first, and from there you're going to start finding your skills, and you're going to start finding what you actually like. Like, it's kind of like actually getting in the industry and actually getting your mentality in it and like kind of soaked. But just start. Don't be scared. If you don't, like I said, if you don't know how to sew, if you don't know how to work a computer, if you don't know how to do whatever, this is what you're going to school for. They're going to teach you everything. So don't be too hard on yourself. Just be teachable, be open-minded, and be ready. Really motivate yourself and really go after what you want, and you will get it. Another cool thing that I found out is that we get to do a website portfolio. So obviously we have a portfolio, like a hand one, which I'll show you guys. But we also have a web portfolio. So we did a website where we have our portfolio and we can show to everyone, which I'll insert a little clip right here of just my work and what I did, I guess, like my portfolio. But I thought that was really cool because you truly do lose your portfolios. Like, one of my friends lost her portfolio and she had to start all over again. But now that we have the website uploaded with everything digitally in there, that's really what jobs are looking for nowadays. And I just thought it was really cool because if I lose anything, I have it there, I have it saved. But like I said, my actual portfolio is obviously super helpful because you can bring to interviews, and this you will do once you're like in class and throughout the years, you build your portfolio. So you don't need to have one like coming in at all. But if you do, I mean, that helps for sure. This is my portfolio. We do like the fabric that we use. And we need to have a theme. You can't really see, but it's like corrections from my professor. And these are my actual girls that I drew, which I'll insert like a web pic of it so you guys can actually see. I just hope this helped somebody, and if it did, please make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below any other questions or any other video ideas that you would like me to do, and I'll be happy to do them. I love you guys, and God bless you. Also, if you join UIW because of this video, please let me know. That would be super cool. Bye. Excuse me. Oh my god, I heard something. But for me, it was definitely, not that great, but just a little, kind of tip that really, I was like, what? Like, that happens, So yeah, I don't know if I talked all over the place, but I hope this helped.